podcast. I'm your host, Peter, and today I am joined by Cynthia
Hi.
and Steph.
What's up, guys? What's going on?
All right, so we already had a little bit of fun, obviously, as it tends to happen every week now. Uh, you know, it is what it is. But Steph, I would like to ask you to share the Bruno news. I think it'd be cool for the people to know. Get a little bit of a teaser.
Yeah, so a week from today, we have a Porto representative at the Tiki Taka podcast, Bruno Ferreira. He's a coach. He coaches in a college level, and he also is the commentator at Three Tugas. But he basically will be doing both shows. Very knowledgeable, and we only have to gain by having very needed so we can have a fair, let's say it this way, because we have two Benfiquistas as Sportingista, and now we'll have a Portista that could represent Porto well. So,
Good luck to him.
Yeah. I mean, Cynthia's like, I'm ready to bring up
Bring
the
it
fire.
on, Bruno.
I got my flamethrower right here. And I'm ready to burn
Flamethrower,
some
sweetheart.
bridges.
I am the flamethrower.
Jesus Christ. All right.
No, sorry.
We don't need to know that. We don't need to know that, please.
I mean, like a dragon, you crazy pants. What are you going off about? Oh, Peter
She doesn't hear
Pan.
me.
Being weird.
Oh,
again.
here we go. See? Here we go with the Peter Pan. Anyway, so let's get into it. The first game that we're going to talk about today is going to be Benfica Feirense. We're going to follow chronological order until we get to the Champions League. Then I don't know which game we're going to do first because they were both at the same time. We'll figure that out when it gets there. Anyway, so Benfica Feirense, Benfica won 1-0. Jonas scored the only goal of the game, 11 minutes in. Let me give you the Benfica lineup. So Svilar in goal, André Almeida, Luizão, Ruben Dias, and Alex Grimaldo across the back. Salvio and Diogo Gonçalves on the wings. Felipe Augusto and Faze in the midfield. Seferovic and Jonas up front. Cynthia,
Yeah.
thoughts on this game?
So first off, I called it. I said 1-0. You guys remember? I also said 1-0 or 2-1, something close like that. I said it. You guys had ridiculous.
It was better than the 2-2 that Steph had predicted. So
I know. That's why I said you guys are ridiculous. But I just wanted to say that, like, overall, I feel like a realist because we're not ourselves, even when Pizzi is benched. And I know you were so happy about it. And
yes,
I'm
I am
not.
very, very happy.
I know you are, but like, let him have like a good nap and then put him back in. Like, this is.
Here we go.
We're still not okay. Well, he needs
Let's get the
something.
guy his jokes.
He needs something.
He needs his fix. That's what he needs.
Now, like, Vittoria, and everybody knows, like, I love this man, but I'm starting to get really annoyed with we score and then let's just sit back and wait and respond only if they score, and then we start to play again. Like, I don't know. Again, I'm not a coach, but this man, this is what it seems like he's doing, and he's starting to wear on my nerves. I'm starting to get mad with RV, and I don't want to be mad at him. And then, I don't know if you remember, but the first time I was a guest, I remember saying that I felt like Salvio epitomizes the way that Benfica are acting like right now, because we've all seen fantastic glimpses of Salvio when he's in form, and like, he's like a magician with the ball, you know what I mean? And so I feel like he epitomizes Benfica the way they're playing right now, because this is not us, you know? And it's just, I'm so annoyed with all of these injuries, this fatigue, all this bullshit that is happening. And even off the pitch, all the bullshit going on with the politics and the other teams. Just shut up and deal with what we need to deal with, you know? I also wanted to shout out to Timo because he says we should have tried Krovinovic at the number 8. And I think he's right. I agree with him on that. So just a little shout out to him. But otherwise, we score a goal. It was Jonas. We scored fine. And then we sat back and watched. You know what I mean? And I'm tired of it. How did you feel about it, Peter?
Exactly the same. It's exactly the same thing. We start off the game well. I thought we started off really well.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. There was like what, 5, 10 minutes of hey, and then ah.
yeah, it's like we got our goal, and then that's it. Like I was listening at the halftime, when they sorry, they always go like upstairs, and that's the guess what they're thinking, and
Yes.
one of them was Simões, and Simões is like, I don't know what this Benfica team is. Like they play well for like 10 minutes, score the goal, and then they forget there's a game going on. And I mean, I've been saying that for at least 3 to 4 weeks, and it's just kind of ridiculous how almost every single Benfica game is either a 1-0 win or a 1-1 draw because we can't seem to score a second goal, or we always just stop playing. I don't really understand that. Um, I'm just finding it quite ridiculous, and the lack of creativity doesn't make any sense. I mean, you bring PZ on to play as the right mid, and you see him 90% of the time playing almost as a right back on like constructing play when he should be
Yeah.
in the middle or at least on the wing because he is playing as a winger.
And then
And
he's not
what
the only one moving around too, because he starts like a domino effect where all of them start moving around.
exactly, yeah, Krovinovic when he came on, he was a difference maker. Really, I know we didn't score any goals with him, but we were a little, a lot more attacking him because the thing with this Benfica team is very static. They always stay in the same place and don't move around the field, so they always know what to do. It's like I'm passing it to you, and you pass it right back to me. I pass it to the guy right by my side, and he gives it back to me, and you're still in the same place. Like that kind of thing can happen. Need the movement and I think that's what's lacking. I mean, the team won the game and won fairly because Feirense, they had like two good shots, but I mean, Benfica had opportunities throughout the game too. But still, it's like a game that you deserve to win, that you won, but that you're putting yourself at risk because who knows, maybe in the 90th minute, there's like a play where somebody screws up and they get the ball back, they go on a counter and score. Like, you just can't put yourself at risk for that to happen every single week.
Yep.
All right. So, I mean, I think I think that's pretty much it on this game. I was happy to see, Seferovic stay in the lineup. I was happy to see Filipe Augusto stay in the lineup and no Pizzi.
I think you're the
Um,
only one happy about Philippe Auguste because my Twitter was not happy with him.
People don't understand how actually that he's good when you're not focused like solely on like if he's not the focus of your team, he's good. Like he's not a standout player, but he's not a bad guy too. It's like kind of like Feza. When you don't talk about Feza, he had a good game. That's kind of Filipe Augusto. You don't hear a lot of people talk about Filipe Augusto. That's the thing. I would much rather have Krovinovic play, but that's not the option that Rui Vitória is going with. So we got to stick with Filipe Augusto. I don't think he's making any mistakes. I don't think he's improving the team a lot, but at least he's not the reason why you're dropping points or you're not scoring goals. Basically, that's how I see it. Yeah, well, we'll talk more in the Manchester United game. Steph, you want to take Reina the Sporting game?
No, let me give you my 2 cents of Benfica's game.
Oh, you watched it?
Even though, well, I did portions of it. I was kind of babysitting. Sometimes it happens.
All right.
I'm the father too, so I gotta take care of my kids.
Not
Um,
babysitting when you're the father there, bud.
to me, it's babysitting. Believe me. Uh, but Benfica played well. Like you said, they had the better opportunities. To After listening to Cynthia and after listening to you, as an outsider, why is Benfica so different from last year? It's because you never replaced the players that you lost or that you sold in with good players. The players that you acquired don't meet it's of such a big club like Benfica.
Big shoes to
So,
fill. Yeah.
because the pressure is different when you play for Feirense, let's say, example, and you're a great goalie at Feirense. When you play for Benfica, it's a totally different ballgame. Look at Bruno Varela. He played for Stuvo, but then when he went to Benfica, wow, that jersey has a lot more weight. The quality of Benfica that lacks of, it's because of who you acquired. They're not replacing the good players that you had before. And that's all. The 1-0 was, it's actually short for Benfica. It should have been more. They played better than Fidesz. But like you said, Peter, 1-0 towards the end, Fidesz could have scored, and then what? 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you put
So
yourself at risk. How are you going to have time to recover the deficit?
exactly. So, but
That's what
besides
scares
that,
me.
I mean, Rui Vitória is kind of in a jam. You can make omelets without eggs, and that's what
I
he's facing at Benfica.
I still think Benfica is a
So
good team, but
uh,
I don't know. I
not as
think the
good
team
as
just
last year.
doesn't. No, 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 impossible. But I'll get to the Manchester
The
game. I'll get to
quality,
the
because Salvio was good once upon a time, but he's on the downhill.
yeah, and
And
You
Andre
better
Almeida
hide from
doesn't.
Maz. You
And Andre
better hide from
Almeida.
Maz. I'm telling you right now.
You saw the talk that I was having with Timo. I don't know if you saw it, Cynthia, but it was like one or two tweets only,
Yeah.
where he shouted out Salvio on the United game, and then I said not a lot of players played badly, and then he said something about Douglas, and I was like, he's right about Douglas that he can't defend, but bro, when he has the ball at his feet, that's like you can see that there's like a lot of players you see right there that they're not like Benfica caliber, right? That they can't even handle the ball. While I think that Douglas is actually very skilled with the ball and he has a place on his team. I don't know if it's a right back, but he's got a place on that team if you ask me. Maybe even as a winger because he's so natural with the ball, and that's what like Almeida doesn't have that. Almeida doesn't help you like Semedo did, and that's like the biggest loss that Benfica had, in my opinion. Not the right back, not the center back, not the goalkeeper, but the right back. All right, Steph. I don't know if you wanna.
yeah, claro, meu. Então já acabaste de falar.
Yeah, done talking.
Ok.
No.
Fixe. Então, eu não vou estar a falar muito Benfica because Benfiquistas are very sensitive, and then when I say something wrong, they jump on me. So
Tá bem, pá. Tem calma.
a little,
Tem calma.
tem calma, meu. Já sabes como é que é.
All right.
So,
Talk about your team already. Jeez.
okay, let's go. And I want you guys to give me your 2 cents as well.
Oh, man.
Of
Go ahead and
course.
give me a heads up. Já está no papo. The goalie, Rui Patricio. Then the right fullback was Piccini. O patrão, como a gente diz em português, Coates. Then we had Jeremy Mathieu. Left fullback, Fábio Coentrão. William Carvalho. Gelson Martins. Bruno Fernandes. Acunha. Then up front, we had Podence and Bas Dost, which I liked it very much. So, what do I think about the game? Well, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We got very lucky. The first half, Rio Ave outplayed Sporting. They could have been up 1-0 at least, if not 2-0. Rui Patricio, or like we would like to call him, São Patricio, when he plays real well, which he did in this game. He was the man of the match, actually. He was the savior for Sporting. And I don't know how we survived the first half. We played badly. It's like I've said to you guys offline. Sporting, Port Benfica, we have to take these teams seriously, especially when they play home and when we play away. So if we don't, we lose the games. We will. Rio Ave is a very good team, a very decent team, especially playing at home. The second half, we played a little bit better, but still, Rio Ave was very, very dangerous in the counterattack. You said offline, Peter Getch. I don't know how he missed that goal in the box. It was, even you could have scored it. Not that good at soccer, but and then we scored. We scored, but up to the last goddamn play of the game, Rio Ave could have scored. Up to the last play. I'm talking about 90 minutes plus 3 minutes. The last lethal cross that they had and that everyone missed, Rio Ave could have scored. So we won. We got lucky. We didn't deserve it. But you know what? I'll take the 3 points. That's how you become champions. It's by winning these tough games away, and we learn with our experiences. I hope so. But by far, we didn't deserve to win whatsoever. And I was
I
watching the
agree.
game at home and screaming, jumping up to the ceiling. We got very, 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 very lucky. So I'll take the win. And next. So, Cynthia, what do you think?
I agree with you. You guys did get lucky because I did get to see parts of it too. And Rio Ave was on fire, but they couldn't close. So you get lucky and you get the 3 damn points, don't you?
Yeah, we got lucky. We did. I admit
Yeah.
it. Yep.
And then it was a late goal, right? Wasn't it like 80th minute,
85th.
85th minute?
85th.
Yeah.
Last
Oh
off.
my God. I was so annoyed. I was like, oh my God, 80. Because then I only got to see the first half. Then I had to go to the second half. We had to take Rui to basketball. So I'm in there with my phone and I'm just such a great mom, just staring at the phone. And I'm like, come on, come on, come on. I'm like, do this, take the points. Because then I was like, then you're not so far away. You know what I mean? Not that you're
Okay.
And
like
you're still
500
super far
points,
away.
but
You're like 2 points away. Three? Is it
exactly,
two,
super
three?
far.
Yeah,
Let me double check.
it's three,
It
I
would have
think.
It's
been it
enough.
would yeah, it would have been 1 point if we tied. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
So
was like,
there you
oh,
go.
come on. And so I'm looking, I'm like, God damn it, they always goddamn get those last goddamn minute
Uh,
games.
see, that's the thing, though. It's not always going to be like that. So, my 2 cents. I think the Sporting is going through a bad stretch, maybe. Not a lot of positive games, and when you get those results, that's cool, but it's gonna catch up to you like it always does. So they gotta either improve their game or they're gonna start dropping points every now and then. I thought Hiwa played a very good game. I mean, kind of just like you guys said. Patricio, he made one or two saves. I was just like, I don't understand how he saved that, and but at least credit to Hiwa. Like the first play of the game is like a dangerous shot by them. So they set the tone right there.
Mhm.
Sporting had a few chances in the second half, but I really think that the Nunes cross or shot, whatever you want to call it, and then it bounced back to Gedge. That to me should have pretty much set the game there. But it doesn't score, and then Sporting go on a counter, and they do end up finally getting that goal after the Bruno Fernandes goal being disallowed after VAR. I don't understand how they had to go through VAR, but thankfully they disallowed that.
Because the thing is, people have to realize when you watch the game at home, we have the uh, the
No, but
privilege
it
of
comes
being
from the offside
sitting
position, though.
down, and it's slower. When it's live, it's fast, really
I know,
fast
but
live.
but but I mean, even my dad's the first one to admit that these type of offsides are the easiest ones for the referee to notice. But that's
It's
all
not
right.
the
Doesn't
referee; it's
matter.
the linesman, actually.
I know. I
Yeah,
know. Well, what the linesman. Whatever.
yeah, the team.
Anyway, it
Okay,
doesn't. It
gotcha.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They disallowed it, and rightfully so. I mean, no one can
Yeah, of
complain.
course. God, believe me, I was tweeting. Goal, and then I had to delete it. I'm like, fuck.
You're like shit. Wait, delete.
I'm like, I hope
Uh,
nobody saw it. Fuck.
anyway,
That's
yeah.
hilarious. I hope somebody screenshot that for us.
I hope Sporting didn't get a lot of chances. They ended up scoring the best one they got, kind of, and Gilab just got a little bit unlucky, and it was kind of the same thing with this next game that we're going to talk about. I don't know. I don't really have a lot to say about this game. Besides the fact that Sporting got away with it, and if they don't improve their football, they're going to end up dropping points because that always catches up to you. Always.
The thing
Don't
is,
tell them. Just let them drop. We got to catch them.
Sporting's not playing bad at all. Actually, the thing is, it's before that game we won 5-1 at home against Chaves. Don't forget that.
Right.
That bad, and we lost only 1-0 to Juventus in Italy. 1-1 against
Oh,
Juventus. We're not playing bad. The thing is, I think
I mean, you did play bad that
the
game, though.
message. Which game?
The Riwab game, you did play bad that game. Like,
Oh
there's
no, we did. Of course, no. I admit it. But I think it's a lack of
What, are you gonna just
engagement.
say that JJ's stupid? Because he should know by
No,
now
no,
that
no,
that
no.
that
I'm not.
that Riwab is a very difficult team, and going to Vila do Conde is not easy. So if the message is
No,
not
of
getting
course.
past the on, like you're saying, then it would just mean that JJ's kind of dumb or the players aren't listening to him.
JJ
Because
can only do so much. I mean, let's make believe that you're the coach of a team. I mean, but your team knows that if 3 days from now they play in Barcelona, Juventus, the players themselves, they might be like, let me save
right, but
myself
no
for
room,
that
no room
big
for
stage.
complacency though.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I think it is. Some players are like, you know what, I'm gonna save myself for the big game because, believe me, it happens. Because I want aquele contrato grande. Against Juventus and
They want to
Barcelona,
be seen. Yeah, sure.
the world stage will see me, and then next summer they'll buy me. Be making the triple of my salary. Believe it or not, what we paying in Portugal, what Sporting Benfica and Porto are paying, it's already too much for our full capacities. We pay Jorge Jesus 4 million a year. Or some places they make 2.5. I don't even know how. But in England or Italy or Spain, that's peanuts. That's nothing. So these players, believe it or not, they tell them, "Epa, tem cuidado when you play Rio Ave. Don't get hurt." And that's why you should give it all. So that's what I think it is at some level. Because you can be playing well against Juventus and Barcelona, and then here comes Rio Ave and play like shit. What the hell's going
I
on?
was I was going to talk about that with the Benfica game. Yeah,
It's
that,
like,
that
what the hell's going on? It's like, it doesn't make sense.
no, it
Falta
doesn't.
de empenhamento. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. Um,
But we got lucky. That's all.
yeah. All right. So let's get into the last game of the Liga. It was also a win for Porto. Porto beat Boavista 3-0. I'm not quite sure how they won 3-0, but we'll get into that in a second. So, José Sá was in goal. Ricardo Pereira, Felipe Marcano, and Alex Telles across the back. A midfield of Corona, Brahimi, Danilo, and Herrera, and Abubakar and Marega up front. I don't know if you guys watched that game, so
I did.
just let me. You
Which
did,
game,
okay.
sorry?
Boa
The
Vista
Porto
Porto.
Boavista. Yeah.
Boa Vista
Yeah.
Porto, aliás.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. All
Away.
right, so my
Ok, não, caralho. Então, Boa Vista Porto foi away.
I know, it's Bobista Porto. Jeez, relax. Okay, listen. My
I'm
2 cents
relaxed.
on the
I'm
game.
drinking wine. Are you kidding me?
You're too relaxed.
Tô numa
They're
boa,
too
meu.
relaxed,
Tô
yeah.
numa boa, meu.
All right, so I thought that this game was quite entertaining, at least until Porto got the second goal. I thought Boavista had the majority of the chances throughout the game. A lot of opportunities, but they just didn't score. Like, I wasn't fully focused on the game, but what I was able to gather was a lot of chances by Boavista and a lot of chances by Boavista, like a lot of them, and a few for Porto. In the first half, and it's kind of surprising that Porto's still holding on to a 0-0. It's even surprising to be thinking that they're holding on to a 0-0 at halftime. In the second half, they kind of started a little bit better, and they did end up getting the early goal. I believe it was like the 50th minute, but that didn't stop Boavista. They continued to attack, and credit to them, they put on a really good show. Unfortunately, though, when they couldn't capitalize, and I'm pretty sure that was like a minutes before they had a very big chance, and then Marega comes to the other side and finishes the game, basically making it 2-0 80 minutes in, I believe. And then after that, to be honest, I didn't see. I switched channels because I was like, game's over. And then I heard some dumbass in the street screaming goals. So I was like, oh, it's 3-0 then. So I didn't even see the third goal. But, from what I get of 80 minutes of play was a very strong Boavista against a very poor Porto in the first half. With Porto leveling up in the second, but still not a lot of chances, in my opinion. I thought Boavista could have won the game easily. I don't know about you guys. What do you think, Steph? Do you agree with me?
Well, yes and no. I mean, Boavista definitely in the first half they were tough, and they play low block and they pressure Porto and they play counter attack, which every team in Portugal plays that way when they play one of the big three, being Porto or Benfica or Sporting. That's the way they play. So we know from the get go it's going to be a tough game because when the midfield of our opponent has 22, well, 21 players, not counting the goalie. It's going to be a tough game. So Boa Vista played well in the first half, but Porto in the second half they played much better. After they scored the first goal by Abubakar at minute 50, Boa Vista and his coach being Simões that he plays to at least tie the game or go for the win. He changed the tactic from a low block. He went to a medium block, and then he opened up everything. So the tactic at the beginning, it was a 4-1-4 for Boa Vista, and then he changed it to a 3-1-4-2. Had to get the tie at least, and he put two forwards, Mateus and Leonardo Ruiz. But it kind of fired back because Porto scored again, and then like you said, at the end, then Ibrahimi at a minute 85th, he scored the third goal. So dangerous in counter attack if you give him space because of Abubakar Marega. They're really fast. And Ibrahimi, he's really good. He's got really good skills. Deserve to win because they were more pragmatic. They team with more experience, and Bovis is not, and the 3-0. It's actually a perfect score because of the second half, not so much because of the first half. That's it.
Okay, fine. Cynthia.
I agreed more than with you than I do with Steph, but I think that's for everything. Not just Porto. I don't know. They're just dominating, and I'm a little scared of it, to be honest. But we'll see. Hopefully they slip up. And
if you think they're dominating, you're agreeing with me.
I don't want to talk to you, Steph.
I honestly don't. I honestly don't think they. I mean, to me, I'm sorry, but it looks like the Chaves game all over again. Like Porto plays Chaves at the Dragão. I don't know how they won 3-0. I honestly don't know. But they ended up getting those goals later on. But later on, like you're talking about, I'm not discrediting them, but I'm just saying that for 80 minutes he didn't play too well. So 10 minutes, but 10 minutes of good play is not going to bail you out every single time. That's what I'm trying to say. Like
Well, apparently it's just because we have it backwards. We're doing 10 minutes of good play at the beginning of the game. We got to do 10 minutes of good play at the back of the game. At the end.
That's the right idea.
Messed it up.
I really don't think it was a dominating performance, but they ended up getting the win, and that's all that matters to them. So I don't know who they take on this weekend.
Porto reminds me of Manchester United.
Why did you have to bring them up?
Nice.
No, nothing to do with today's game with Benfica. Last game they barely won against Tottenham. 1-0, and all the commentators were criticizing Mourinho, saying all he does, he plays defense, he wins 1-0, and that's it, and he locks himself in the back. Porto is a little bit better actually than Manchester United. Those two players, Marega, with Lopetegui, missed to realize they're phenomenal together. They're so dangerous. So, like I admitted to you guys on the last podcast, I don't even know how and why Porto will play Porto. We got so lucky.
You did.
You guys are getting lucky a lot. I don't like it.
Look,
always, I like it.
That's just up to you.
I don't like it.
Cynthia, you would be a great Sportingista. It's so upsetting that you're a
Ew.
It's terrible. Don't be a Sportingista.
I feel itchy just thinking about that.
No. Just don't bring that up. Come on.
Mario has a bunch of Sportingista familia because of his tio in Terceira. So all the mom's side, okay? So my mom-in-law's side. So anything people always say about, your in-laws suck. Well, mine's even sporting, so it's even better. But they're so funny. They're always like, Cynthia, we bleed green. And I always tell them, that is a sign of infection. Go to the doctor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you bleed green, that something's wrong with you.
Right?
Also, you were Suriana. I didn't know that.
Eu não sou nada açoriana. Isso é o meu marido, a mãe dele.
Ai, teu marido. I'm sorry.
Eu não
I'm
sou
sorry.
nada. Yeah, I was born in Torres Vedras, in the
She's
continent. That's it. And then
there.
I'm
You
Torres
go.
Vedras.
Finally,
Oh,
Torres Vedras,
look at
Torirense,
that.
what?
We talk.
I
We
dated
got
someone
somebody from the
from Torres
continent.
Vedras for 8 years.
Epa, not me.
No, it
I
wasn't
could
you.
I'm
go
just
really.
clearing up for the pod. There's listeners who are like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I could.
The plot
I could.
thickens.
No, it was not Cynthia. It was
Nope,
not
not me.
Cynthia, guys. Not Cynthia.
I've
I
never
was.
met Steph.
No, never. Just on the podcast.
I was gonna. I was gonna do. I was gonna say something that would upset a lot of people, so I'm not gonna say.
Why you got to do that?
Go ahead.
That-
Go ahead. Say it. Come on.
It's about the. All right.
continent
It
and Terceira?
pisses. It pisses. Yeah. It pisses me off that like 99% of the people that I know are from the Azores. That just kind of pisses me off. This is,
Why? The Azores
because
are
like,
beautiful.
why do you guys not? Like it just surprises me that almost everybody comes from the Azores and nobody from the continent. Just kind of weird.
Well,
Weirds me
because the
out.
Islanders, they got to leave. They're just on an island.
I
Have
know,
you never
but it's still-
spoken to them? They're like, we got to get out of here.
No, I
get hit
can't
with
speak to
all
them
the
because I can't
waves
understand
and
them.
hurricanes and hurricanes. And,
No, you're being naughty. Terceira, it
No,
is
it's
funny.
true.
Terceira has an accent too, but I mean, so does like every town in Portugal.
Yeah,
course,
but bro,
yeah.
like you cannot understand Azorian people. I just don't. Like nobody
No,
can.
you're.
No, you
I
No.
can understand. Don't be a hater.
if you take your time,
Bro.
you can.
Exactly. We stopped in
but I'm just-
San Miguel on the way home, and I understood
You're like,
everybody.
what do you say?
Give me a minute. I understood.
I'm not trying to be mean.
A
But
little
it's
bit.
kind of like like
Hey,
you
Peter,
can
have you
understand almost
been to
everybody's
Azores?
accent, but no, I gotta go there.
No, you're talking out your ass. If
I'm
you've
not.
never been.
They are on the news. Bro, do you not think that there's news about the Azores and the Azorian people don't speak on TV?
Of course they do, but you're just being a hater.
No, it's kind of like the Madeira accent, but the
But
Madeira accent is a lot
everybody on the
easier to
news
understand.
sounds weird. Come on. Ain't nobody got time for that. They all sound silly on the news. You
I
can't
told
hold
you it's
that against them.
controversial. Told you
You're
it's gonna be a hot
controversial.
topic.
That's what it is.
It's
Hey,
Oh,
hot
listen,
Peter
take.
Pan.
Sodas is part of Portugal. As
I know.
Sudianos, they're all
Fantastic.
Portuguese.
And I love
I've
it.
known
I'm not.
Sudianos, they're good people.
Oh,
they
Steph,
make
you're taking
great
it a bit
cheese.
far.
no, it's just like that's cool.
I'm
like
not married to a
I'm
Sudiano.
not. I'm not. No, I'm not. And I'm not. I'm just. I was just. No, it just kind of annoys me when I don't meet anyone like from Porto or from Lisboa. It would just be interesting. Like, why
I'm not
would
from
you
Lisbon
leave
either.
Porto or Lisboa? Or I'm
Torres
not
Vedras?
saying you are.
Aveiro.
You're from Torres
I'm
Vedras.
from
I got
Aveiro.
it.
You don't like people. What are you saying
I
about
like
Aveiro? You
Aveiro.
don't like people
I
from
love
the north?
Aveiro. I like Aveiro. I'm from the north. Why would I not love people from the north? Come on. We're very good people. We're
It's
very
weird
good
that you're
people.
from the
All
north
right,
and you like
small.
Benfica. How did that happen?
My dad happened. That's what
not.
happened.
There's a lot of Benfiquistas in the north. A lot of Benfiquistas.
It's just funny.
Yeah, probably more than Portistas, which is weird. But yeah.
Probably.
Thank goodness.
Even Minho, if you go to Minho, mostly it's Benfiquistas.
Yeah, a lot
Good,
of
good,
except
as
if
it
you're
should
in
be.
Guimarães. If you're in Guimarães, then they're all like Guimarães fans, like 90%.
I love that. I think that Gibanese fans are so cute. I think I saw them freak out on the news when we were there in Portugal in May, and they had just lost to us. They were not happy. It was really cute.
No, it's kind of like last topic thing that we're going to talk about. But I just like the certain teams have a strong fan base. Like Guimarães is the only one that has a strong fan base. Which is kind of surprising to me because if I was from Vila de Conde and Rio Ave, was playing as they're playing, why would I not like Rio Ave? Why would I not go to a game every single week? I would. If I was from Vila de Conde, to be honest with you. And there's a lot of other teams like that. I don't understand why the fan base is a little bit more
I do
spread
agree
out.
with you because at one point you could hear it on the TV that they had more Sportingista fans in Vila de Conde than Rio Ave.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I felt the same way. I'm like, well, that's a shitty deal. They're playing home and there's more Sportingistas than
Right, and you're like top of the like top 5, top 6, like from the
Exactly.
past 2 to 3 years, and you still don't get the fans to go to the game. It's just weird.
It's
I
another
think it's a
Portuguese
problem
trait.
of no, to subject care. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's a lack of propaganda. They don't do enough propaganda to conquer their fans.
Maybe.
Benfica, Sporting, and Porto do a better job.
And Guimarães, and Braga.
Guimarães now, and even Braga, they've actually don't
It's
follow
it's not that I
modalidades.
like,
But
but
Guimarães has been really strong in futsal, in football de praia. They just won the championship against Sporting actually, and they've been winning. Even the female soccer team created Braga, so they've been winning titles. But people just prefer football. But if you look at the in detail about the club itself, Braga has been very successful in other areas. The fan base has been
mhm.
growing as well in Braga.
I think Guimarães fan base is still a lot bigger.
Yes, no, we do no doubt, with no doubt.
all right. So let's get into the Champions League games. And since you did Benfica first, I'm gonna go with Benfica first here in the Champions League as well. So Benfica lost 2-0 to Manchester United in a game where a couple of swear words might come out. So I'm just letting you know, people. So Sevilla was in goal. Douglas, Ruben Dias, Jardel, and Grimaldo across the back. Just if we could always have these five, I'll be happy. Anyway, Samari filling in for Felipe Augusto, who got hurt during warm ups, and Feza alongside Pizzi. So that was a three-man midfield. And then we saw Salvio, Diogo Gonçalves, and Raul Jimenez. So again, and I'm just gonna say, real quick, I thought the team played well. It wasn't a terrific game, but it was very Benfica like in the Champions League. 55% possession at one point, so we had more possession than Man United. We had more chances than Man United. We were playing better than Man United. But it's just kind of one of those things where you can't score goals and they go out there, get one lucky chance, one lucky bounce, and that's it. I thought that the Douglas penalty was an horrific call. Like I don't know how that's even close to being called a penalty, but he got called a
Especially
penalty. But
since right before that play, they manhandled Pizzi in their box and nada, play on.
oh yeah,
And then
and that's
go
a
the other
penalty.
end,
And
and that's a penalty.
yeah,
Okay, you're a
that's a
very consistent ref.
yeah, that was a clear penalty on PZ too. Like at first, it looked like he was shoulder to shoulder, but it was clearly shoulder to back. There's one replay uh, from the ref's perspective that totally shows that. So that was a terrible call. And then on the other side, I don't even think like Douglas' arms move. I don't even think his arm moves. Like the ball just hits his arm. That's not a penalty. Like that's not a penalty at all. Um, but like I said, Villar managed to save that penalty. I was celebrating that because I thought it was well deserved because like that was a terrible call. But then like I said, Matic gets the shot in. Bounces back off Villar and it goes in. And then that's kind of it. Lukaku has another chance, but Villar managed to save it. Half time going down 1-0, I thought was very unfair. And in the second half, if he could play, kind of pretty much the same way. I thought that he could have been more aggressive, bringing on Jonas way earlier than he did. But, overall, the team created a lot of chances. Diogo Gonçalves had two very good shots saved by De Gea. And then Raul hit the post. It was just one of those games where the ball just didn't want to go in. And then, late on, the Samaris commits that penalty. Some people say it's a penalty, others say it's not a penalty. But either way, Manchester United make it 2-0, and that's game over. Now, just before I let you guys talk about the game, I want to just mention a couple of players real quick that I thought's worth mentioning. I thought Ruben Dias and Jardel played really well, very solid game. I want to see these two play every single game because these are our two best center backs. Douglas, thank you. That's good. That's good that you're no liaison, please. Just no liaison.
It's good.
Anyway,
It's good to see that you guys
Did you guys?
wait, hold
that
on.
you
I
guys
want
support each other. That's good.
to. We got it. We got it. Um, I still think that Douglas could be useful in the league. I know he's a terrible defender, and I've realized that these games that he was just bad. But if you put him in against, I don't know, teams from the bottom half of the table, like the Tondellas, like other teams, he's gonna play well. He's gonna thrive, and he's got good feet. Like I was telling you guys, a little bit earlier, a lot of guys you see play for Benfica, and you're like, this is not a Benfica caliber player. While I think that Douglas with the ball is a Benfica caliber player, because he's got the foot ability to get himself out of harm's way, and he's actually very good offensively. I mean, at one point he was basically playing as a CM, so it kind of shows that he's got a place in this team. I don't know where, but he's got to play because I think he's better than what we got in Almeida, for example. And the last person I want to talk about is Pizzi, where I thought he had another terrible game. He does not know how to clear the ball, and he does not know how to pass the ball. I don't know what he's doing in the football field. He doesn't belong there. I don't know. Anything else would be better than him. I even tweeted it out at one point. Douglas at center attacking midfielder. He's better than Pizzi. So I just don't know. Anyway, Cynthia, what did you think about the game and my thoughts on the specific players?
Okay, so Man U, we go out there. Can I just say that I hate playing anybody from EPL because where I am, people think that EPL is the best thing in the world. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe let's watch other leagues and then talk about this. But they don't. They just watch EPL and then say EPL is the best. So because I watch other leagues, I don't agree with that. What else is there? We get in the game. I thought we dominated them. Like, yes, we had the 55%, but if you actually watch more than just the 55%, because sometimes when it's written down, like Barca, they always get a lot of thing, but that's actually to take from our name. That's Tiki Taka back and forth in the back. That doesn't count as possession to me. You know what I mean? That's just we're going to play keep away, and that's not soccer. But we were actually attacking. We were all over them. They kept having to lob it out into the middle, and I loved that we shut down. I see Marshall, but they all say Martial. Whatever. That guy. They were shutting everybody down. I know, but it's just such a weird whatever. The way it's spelled is Marshall, but everybody's like Martial, and I was like, who's whatever. Anyways, Marshall.
It's more sexy. That's why.
Really? Martial.
I feel que es tan bon.
Exactly. But yeah, I thought we shut down their dudes. Their goalie did well. De Gea, whatever you want to be. Whatevs.
De Gea.
Again, for being EPL, they have such weird names, whatever. But then Matic got in there. Huh?
He's from Spain, the international goalie from Spain.
How do you pronounce it?
David De Gea.
He's a
De
DJ.
Gea.
He DJs at
All
night on weekends.
DJ De Gea. All right.
De Gea.
It's a little awkward. Don't go with that with your DJ name, bud. I'll save you the torture. But yeah, like it goes on, and then Matic got in there, and I was like, son of a bitch, because I used to love that guy, and now you're here, and you're just gonna do that? How dare you? Why couldn't you shoot wide? Anyways, no, he had to do it, and then Villar did that, and I was like, oh god, because then all the things troll football came out, all the damn trolls on Twitter came out, and everybody, youngest guy to save the PK and CL, also the youngest guy to do an old goal, like, and like both the last time when he caught it and stepped back, and then also with this one, it's really poopy. So I don't know if he needs to eat a horseshoe, something, maybe he's got to visit a witch doctor. I don't know. This poor guy, we got to cleanse his aura. Something is off. And I feel bad for him because he's young. So it sucks, and like even the commentators I was watching, they're like, oh, he's 18. This is going to kill his morale. And I'm like, shut up. Like tons of shit happens to people, like it's not going to kill him.
So what you were saying was he was the youngest goalkeeper to ever save a penalty in the Champions League, and also the youngest keeper to ever score an own goal in the Champions League.
Yep. He gets all the trophies today. All the youngest trophies, just line them up. He wants them all. Like this poor guy. I don't know. And then
yeah.
It was
disappointing.
Is that
it, Cynthia?
I think so. I was just super disappointed. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is with you. You're taking out all the anger in your life on Pizzi, and I'm going to have to fight you. And I'm
Okay,
going to bet
well,
on me.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna ask Steph if he saw the game. Did you see the game, Steph?
I did parts of it because actually I'm away from home. I'm in the Navy, and I could only watch the Sporting game here in the U.S. 3. So I had to hook up my HDMI cable to my phone. Then I would go back and forth. Um,
Stay safe, huh?
Como? O que, Cynthia?
I
You
think
have
she
to
said,
stay safe.
yeah.
If you're away from home, just stay safe, huh?
Oh yeah, go Navy, of course.
Okay, I'm
Uh,
just making sure. I don't know what you're doing out there.
yeah, well, I'm protecting you, the Canadians, even.
I know,
So there
right?
you go.
Thank you, neighbor.
So respect.
No, I'm only kidding. But no, I did
No,
watch
you're
the game,
really
and
not, though.
and today it's not that I'm in the mood to say good things about Benfica, but I'm an honest guy,
But you
and
are.
no, I have to. It's I have to call the game the way it is, and Benfica did play well enough to at least tie the game, but that's Mourinho style. Even the premier teams in England they're complaining about it because all he does is score a goal and play lower block, score a goal, counter attack, and play lower block. But that's his style. He did the same thing in Porto. He did the same thing at Real Madrid. He did the same thing at Chelsea. So why would he change at Manchester United? But you know what? He's all about conquering trophies, and he's very successful with the way he plays. But Benfica did play well enough to actually tie the game. And I don't know if you guys know, but the man of the match was your goalie. So he got
Mhm.
52% of the votes. So
I agree with
I
that as
told you,
I
well.
he
like
wants
it.
all the trophies.
Yeah. Personally, I like your goalie, but guys, take it easy because he's only 18. Don't rush this kid because the more pressure you put on this kid, the more mistakes he will make.
He's not making
So,
any mistakes, so that's a plus. I mean, he made that one against the United the first
well,
game, but
what I'm saying is, if you're 25 and you make a mistake, you learn from your mistakes. When you're 18, if you make a mistake, it could dent you forever. It could damage you forever. So it's up to
That's what
Rui
the
Vitória.
commentator said. Come on.
Yeah.
I think we support too much for him to be, you know what I mean? Like he needs to know that when we're
like
cheering the
the
team,
reason
we're cheering him.
the reason, in my opinion, why, for example, somebody like Bruno Varela got dropped was because you knew what to expect from this guy when he was 19 playing for the B team. And now that he's 22, nothing's changed. So, you're kind of like, he made a big mistake. Let's pull him out. Meanwhile, was in Sevilla, he had never played for Anderlecht's first team. I believe he's from Anderlecht. He hadn't played for the first team ever, and then he makes his first start for Benfica's A squad. He makes some mistake, but you're like, we're going to keep this kid because we don't know what we got from him. So I don't think that Rui Vitória was ever going to pull him, only maybe after a succession of mistakes, So I don't think we got to worry much about that if he can handle the pressure, which I think he can, because his mistake wasn't like he was scared or something. It was just a simple drop back that he couldn't get his feet on the ground first before he got into the goal. So and he had very good saves against Lukaku one on one. So and he saved the penalty. So if he was not if he was feeling the pressure, then I think you would have noticed.
Well, but to end this conversation, to all fairness, no doubts about it. He has skills, and that's why Benfica got him. But it's up to Rui Vitória to protect him as a coach. Okay,
I
Uh-huh.
so
agree. I agree.
so you have to protect a talent of yours. So the pressure of playing for a club like Benfica, it's way different from the club you came from. You guys, and I'll admit it, you have a great fan base, which sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, because the pressure it's doubled. So again, it's up to the coaching staff to protect him. He's a great goalie. But he's only 18. So take care of him. That's all I got to say. And this is from a Sportingista.
I know you're kind of threatening right now. It's a little scary.
No, 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 no. I'm not threatening. I'm just saying that you should protect your player because he's a young kid. He's not. Julius says if you play him or not, he doesn't care because he's won all the titles he could win. But
Yeah.
this kid, that's the peak of his life, and he still has a lot to prove. And if you break his morale, eventually you guys will sell him.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. But I think we can be safe with him. Anyway, just a quick final thought in this game. I just want to say, um, I don't understand why we don't play this type of football every week. I mean, I know it's the Champions League, but the fact that you had back-to-back good games against Manchester United and you play in the league as bad as you did just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm just asking for consistency, and I'm asking for the players to have the right mindset. Because if you
Sounds
want to,
familiar.
I know, right?
I just
If
said
you,
that about Sporting.
We
I know,
know. We know.
and it's no, it's funny that he brought it up first because I was going to mention it, like I told you. But anyway, what I want to say is that you're going to have to put your commitment level at the top if you want to win the league. So I want to see that too, in the league. So basically, that's it. I mean, if your guys are playing well against Manchester United at Old Trafford, I don't care what team they put out. If you're playing well against Manchester United, then you're doing something right. So translate that into the league. That's all I'm asking. All right. I think you
I
can.
agree, buddy.
Good. Thank you. I think you can talk about Sporting now, Steph. And
Okay,
I
here
didn't
we
watch
go.
the game, so it's all on you.
If you didn't watch the game, I totally understand. I'm not expecting a Benfica to watch the Sporting game when your game is playing at the same time. It's just the way it is. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so at goalie, we had the best and only, the best goalie in Portugal ever and ever,
Let
Rui
me guess.
Patricio.
Rui Patricio.
Yeah, or San Patricio. Then we had Richtovsky Stefan at right fullback, which he replaced Piccini because he was hurt. This again, I don't know what he eats or what he drinks, but that our center back from Uruguay, he's always playing. He never gets hurt, so it's amazing. Then we had Andre Pinto, which he replaced Machir, and he did really well that game. Silva, he replaced Fábio Coentrão. He was again hurt. Bataglia, Jesse Martins, Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno Cesar, which was a big surprise. And I was criticizing him at the beginning on Twitter, which I had to swallow my words. And then we had Acuna and Bas Dost. So Sporting, like always, they played a great game against Juventus. In the first half, was Sporting was amazing. Really pushed the Italian team into the back heels. Uh, Juventus was very intimidated. Didn't play well at all in the first half. We really outsmart them. Our coach outsmarted Allegri, and we went up to the first half with 1-0. It could have been 2-0 easily. Pressure, you're playing at the different states in Ligue 1, and you're playing at the Champions League stage, so it makes it much more difficult for these players, the maturity level, everything. So we're short at the halftime. It should have been 2-0. And then the second half, uh, just like Cynthia said about Benfica, I don't know why it happens. The Sporting they gave in to Juventus, and Juventus started attacking more. And then eventually, at minute 79th, they tied the game. Which before that we could have scored the 2-0. Bruno says it again from a great play from Bas Dost. He gave him the ball and he shot from the outside of the box, but he world to do better. But I'm not going to criticize Bruno Cesar because he played real well.
Uh,
Are you
did we
there?
lose Steph?
Yeah, I'm here. And then
Okay,
no,
he's
no,
back.
I'm here.
We lost you for a
Yeah.
second.
So I'm using my phone. I'm away, so I'm sorry, guys. Somebody was calling me. and then Bruno Fernandes, he crossed the ball, and then Bas Dost misses by a few inches. So we didn't score the 2-0, and guess what? So cold. Then Higuaini, which they paid 90 millions to Napolis, players in his position, and with that little chip, he tied the game. Awesome goal, and we tied 1-1. We didn't, but that's the way it is. At that level, if you're not a cool customer, then you will lose your games or you'll tie your games. The tie was okay, but I still think we should have gotten the win, but we didn't. But I'm content. So, we need to spend more money on some key players, but we just don't have the money. The Portuguese clubs don't have the kind of money. But at the end, I was content with Sporting 1-1.
All right. And you guys are still in it. We'll see how things go. We'll see if you guys progress. We'll see if you guys even make the Europa League. Anything can happen at this point. So we'll see. The next game against Olympiacos is going to be key for your success, in my opinion.
Definitely. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. All right. Let's move on to the final game of today's episode. It was Porto against Leipzig, and again, I make the question: did you guys watch this game?
No, I put it on live score. I didn't watch it.
No, I was actually busy with the Navy doing some stuff. So I watched the highlights. That's it.
That's cool. All right, so I watched the game. Like I told you, I missed like the first 15 minutes, but I only missed the goal, so I caught pretty much everything else.
By Herrera, so meh.
Yeah. So Porto's lineup first and foremost. José Salles in goal, Ricardo Pereira, Felipe Marcano, and Alex Telles across the back. Corona and Brahimi on the wings, with Herrera and Danilo in the midfield. Abubakar and Marega up front. So first things.
Who's Marega?
Marega. Marega is Marega. Marega.
You said Marega. You sound like Brazilian.
No, it's Marega, bro. Anyway, Marega
Maybe
got
they
hurt.
have two of them.
Marega got hurt like really early on in the game, so he got subbed out. I honestly don't remember who came in for him, but he got hurt. We don't know his condition, so just wanted to point that out. And Corona also ended up getting hurt and subbed off. So two things to worry about. But anyway, I missed Porto's goal, and when I came back to watch the game, all I saw was Leipzig. Leipzig had plenty of chances to score in the first half. They really turned it up after they conceded, I guess. They were really threatening. Porto weren't getting a lot of chances. They had one or two, but I didn't think they had any major chances in the first half besides the goal. Leipzig had the chunk of the possession and the chunk of the chances. It was still 1-0 at halftime, though, for Porto. But we came back from halftime. Bruma gets subbed off for Timo Werner. And Werner scores the goal really early on, 48 minutes in, and I'm thinking, okay, so Leipzig are going to take a hold of this game. But they played well, but Porto scored from a corner, I believe, with Danilo, and 2-1, and that killed off the game. It was all Porto after that. And then Maxi finished off the game on the 93rd minute, getting a goal when he was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. But really, it was a tale of two halves. Really, from what I saw, was Leipzig very attacking in the first half. We creating a few chances, and still aggressive in the second. But as soon as Porto got that go-ahead goal, it was pretty much game over. Steph, I don't know if the highlights will agree with what I said though. What did they?
Yeah, so basically Porto and Sérgio Conceição, knowing that they had to prove a point to not only to the Porto fans, but to the Champions League itself, and all the football lovers, that Porto is a world class team, which they are. They have a good team, and today they showed it. And I'm all about supporting our Portuguese teams. I'm 100% Sportingista, but to tell the truth, so you guys know, when I wanted Benfica to actually win at the Manchester United, I wanted Porto to win today, and they did, which is good. I want Braga to win tomorrow and Guimarães to win, tomorrow as well. And it's really simple. The coefficient of the Portugal itself is very low. So if you keep on losing, we'll drop to number 7, which the
Right,
consequences will
but
be, So all I'm saying
well,
is,
all I want to say, is, to not sound mean, is I don't root
Viva
for them.
Sporting. No, okay, go ahead.
I'll never say about Sporting. What the hell's wrong with you? I just
You
said
just
it.
said it. You just
I
said it.
know.
You just said it.
I
You
know. I
just
know. I
said
was
Nice.
it.
kidding.
You walked right into that.
I know. No.
You just
No.
said
No.
it.
No. I did that on
You
purpose.
fucking idiot. You just said
I,
it.
I did that on purpose. Anyway,
Cynthia, she's my witness. Didn't he say it?
I won't say
I
that.
did. It was a joke. Anyway, all I want to say is that despite my salty tweets, which I did post, I honestly don't care if they win or lose. If they lose, then we lose. I'll make fun of them. If they win, they win. I don't give a shit. Obviously, I was salty this weekend, so just forget the tweets of
You
me
sound
saying "fuck
salty
you."
just talking about it right now. My goodness.
We play. It's
Yeah,
just because
I
we
don't, I
played
don't, I don't
well
agree
and
with
we
you
should
on
have
that
gotten our
one.
result. It's fine. I'm Portuguese. That's how 90% of us see it. So
I'm Portuguese living
Well,
outside the country, and I like the coefficient, and I like to see Portuguese teams do well. I'll even go farther. I like
thank
to
you,
see
Cynthia.
Portuguese players doing well too.
So Peter just kind of opened up a can of worms. So what are you saying? You're more Portuguese than I
Second
am?
controversy, yeah, second controversy of the
oh
night there, buddy.
Yeah,
not at all.
epa.
That's not what
What
I
did
meant.
this
That's
ask
not what I
you?
meant. It's our
Okay.
mentality, just kind of like the way of being in here. Like if you live 20 years next to Protistas, you're gonna start hating them and not giving a shit if they do well in Europe or not. That's
So
the
so
thing. Like
so
it's
so
just a
what you're saying
Portuguese.
is what you're saying is you give a shit about Sporting because you hate Sportistas so much.
No, I don't give a shit about Sporting either. But I hate Porto more than I hate Sporting because that's just how the rivalry goes.
Well, I mean, if
Nobody
you're
You hate
cares.
surrounded by
Sam. You
Portuguese
hate
too.
Sam because he's salty, not Sporting.
No, nobody cares about Sporting here. To be honest with you, not for you to take it in a bad way, but like Benfica fans don't care about Sporting, or didn't used to care about Sporting because they had nothing
You're
to.
saying where you live because in Lisbon they don't give a shit about
I
Sporting.
know it's the opposite. It's funny.
Yeah. But anyway, to go back into topic, Porto played well and they deserve to win today, and I'm glad they did because we need those points because the next champion of Portugal might have to go in a playoff. So it's not good news. I mean,
No way.
I'm not saying that when Porto scores, I'm yelling, "Hey, goal to Porto!" No, but
You run around the neighborhood topless? Sure, you don't.
nah, without underwear. But no, but listen. But it's a good thing that like our Portuguese teams win. It brings prestige to Portugal. When Benfica made the two finals to the Liga Europa, I was like, that's a good thing. And I hope they win because it brings more prestige to Portugal. We don't have a lot of trophies. Benfica has two. Porto has one. No, Porto has seven, and we have one. Taça das Taças. So that's not a lot. So if you combine all the titles together between our three clubs, 7 plus 2, 9 plus 1, 10, Real Madrid has more. Just
Do
one
they
club.
even count though?
Who?
Real.
The
Are you going to even compare us? That's not our whole league. Doesn't make the money they make.
Exactly. I agree with you, but
It's not fair.
that's my point. Portistas,
Yeah.
Sportingistas, and Benfiquistas, when we play in the international level, and I think as immigrants, we have grasped the concept. We have to support each other. As much as I dislike Benfica in Liga NOS because it's natural because I want my team to win Sporting, at the international level, it's not the same thing. I want Benfica to win because Sporting will benefit from it. And let's be realistic. The last few years, Sporting and Benfica, they have carried the Portuguese Portugal with
Yep.
the points they have conquered. So now it's Sporting is doing a little bit better. That we got 4 points, and hopefully tomorrow Braga and Guimarães will win. But we need that. We need that. A União faz a força. if you want to think that way, Peter, you're entitled to. But I think you're totally wrong. I think 90% of Portugal is totally wrong. Then, if that's the way you think,
It
you're
is
missing
though.
the you're missing the evolution. You have to
No,
evolve. You
the
can be.
thing is, if like the only
You,
time I rooted for Porto was when they needed to win for us to get a third team into the Champions League. Whenever that needs to happen again, I'll root for them again.
no,
Till then,
but
I couldn't
I'm
give
not.
a shit.
But I'm not
If
rooting
we,
for Benfica or Porto. I'm just hoping they do well. It's not calling rooting. I'm just saying I hope they do well. And hey, it is what it is. If 90% of Portugal, which I think you're way off, thinks that way, you guys need to evolve. You really need to. You need to catch up to evolution, buddy.
you calling us retarded? He's low
No,
key
you just
calling
said
us
that. I
retarded.
didn't say it. I didn't say
Uh,
that. You said it, not me.
You just
I
haters.
can read in between the lines, buddy.
Listen,
You
Anyway,
just
Cynthia,
haters.
I never met Cynthia before. She's from Canada. I'm from the United States, and we think alike.
Not for everything, but on this, yes.
Yes, exactly.
it's fine. Whatever you guys want to like. It doesn't phase me. I just don't like when I lose. I don't like to see them win. It pisses me off.
Okay,
You're
but
salty.
Yeah, I am
yeah,
in Europe. I
you're
hate it.
related to
Yeah,
Sam Fonseca, bro.
yes, I am. Only different last name. All right,
Almost.
yo,
Peter Pan.
Steph, you wanna
Peter Pan,
you wanna
pão
run
querido.
the predictions? You wanna run the predictions for this week?
Vamos lá, então. Começa tu.
I don't know. Benfica plays Guimarães, so predictions
At home?
away in Guimarães.
Oh, Guimarães. Okay, so I'll let you guys go first since I'm the outsider.
For some reason, I'm going 0-2. That's what I'm going with.
For Guimarães or for Benfica?
0-2 means 2-0 win for Benfica.
Oh, yeah, no, it does. Why did I ask you that? Peter, I told you about my day today. Everyone excuse me. I've had a day.
I know.
She's
You
had a
look
day.
stressed. You sound stressful today.
Yeah, today's been crazy pants. My little one is sick, so, and I think I'm getting it. You can hear it in my voice. Anyways, Benfica and Guimarães. You said 2-0, yeah? I'm gonna say we win by 1 goal because that's what we do. We're gonna get 1 goal and then we're gonna watch and hope that Guimarães don't show up to the game. So
Pretty
here's our
much.
1 goal away.
What about you, Steph?
I'm going to say a tie. I'm going to say 1-1.
Come on,
All right,
man.
fair enough. Sporting, I don't even know who they play. Not Porto, I don't know. You gotta help me out here, buddy.
You kidding me? You don't know who Porto plays?
No, I don't. Braga. No, it's Sporting. The Sporting plays Braga, right?
Yeah. What are you drinking? Some Kool-Aid? Or what is it?
Braga.
I don't
Who
know.
plays
Why
Braga?
would I know?
Somebody
You're
play.
not my team.
Sporting plays Braga.
One of the big three. There we go. So it was Sporting. Okay. Didn't get that
Yeah,
wrong.
of course I would know that. Come on, you kidding me?
And are they in Sporting or in
So what?
Braga?
So how am I supposed? I think it's
Don't
in-
sigh at me. I'm not going to memorize the other team's thing.
I think it's
You
in-
want me
I think
to tell
no,
you
I
who
was
Porto
thinking.
plays or not?
Yeah,
I
tell me
do.
everything. Go.
Okay, I mean that's all you had to tell me. I mean, good grief, they play Belenenses.
At home?
No,
Or
away.
away?
Of course at home. They just played away against Boa Vista. Come on.
Right.
Is that really away though? Like down the
All
street
right.
is away? Fine.
All right.
Boa
All
Vista
right.
gives them a tough game each time. So.
All right. 4-0 for Porto there.
Hey, boys,
Whoa.
who do you have in your fantasy league? Marega and Abubakar?
I don't have a fantasy league, but I just hate Belenenses. I hate Domingos, and I think it's gonna be a cakewalk for Porto.
You hate Belenenses?
Yeah, I do. I
Belenenses are
don't like
really
them.
friendly to Benfica. They always open their legs.
No.
Just
That's
don't get
not
into the
nice.
bullshit. Let's
Oh
not get
my
into it.
gosh.
You didn't get the
We don't
email?
have the time to get into it, so no, we
It's
didn't get the email.
my
It
grandfather's
was probably a
companion.
broken link. That's why.
Nice. It was corrupted file. It didn't make it.
Corrupted.
But my avó's companion, Rosarinha, she's Belenenses. So I can't hate on them. That's so mean. 4-0. Oh,
What do you guys
but it's
think?
in Porto. Shit. Go
You said
3-1.
shit. You
3-1.
said
I
merda.
know. I
You said
don't.
merda.
Ai que merda.
Y'all swearing in Portuguese, and I'm like, just stay quiet because I can't swear.
Yeah.
Puta
Don't
Uh,
you
merda.
wake people
Merda.
up. So I say 3-1 for Porto. What are you saying, Steph?
I'm gonna say 1-1 because Bill Nelson, when they play the Dragão, always play well
let's hope you're
Yeah,
right. Let's hope you're right.
I hope so. And then who's you said Sporting's playing Braga?
at home.
In Braga or in Sporting?
No, it's Sporting.
In
You just
Sporting.
said at
Okay,
home.
so what's your Yeah, but are you saying at home for Braga? Because you said Braga at home. So
They
is
just
Braga
they
at
just
home?
played they just
I
played
don't.
Rio Ave. They
Oh
just played
yeah,
Rio
he
Ave
just
away.
they're not my team. I don't care where your team plays. They could
Oh,
play outside on the field. I don't care.
that's great. It's not about being my team or your team.
All
It's
right,
about being
so
knowledgeable.
hot take, hot take, 2-1 Braga.
How's that for knowledgeable?
Oh, Peter,
Um,
Peter.
Yeah, Abel's got JJ's number. That's all I'm gonna say. 2-1 Braga.
Okay,
what
so
is going on?
I don't know.
So what do you guys? What is your guess?
2-1 Braga.
2-1 for Braga. Okay.
Yeah, Abel's got JJ's number.
You know what? I'm gonna mimic that. 2-1. I like that. I like that number.
you know what? You guys must be
O quê,
smoking
querido? O quê?
some blunt, some good shit because
É good
some
merda.
malucos aqui, pá. Sus malucos, pá. You guys, you're talking from the heart. You're talking what you're wishing for.
No,
Dude,
I'm not.
what's your
If
your
I was-
guess? Like, just pick your guess.
My guess it's a Pinot Noir, 16%. I know. My guess will be uh, Sporting, Sporting 3-0.
Yeah, I thought he was
So
gonna
Baz
go there.
Dos 3-0. Okay.
No, I didn't say bad.
I
Dog.
still
It's
think
not gonna
I
be
Yeah, you
still
don't have
think
to.
Abel's got JJ's number. He's gonna win. Watch.
Not this time. It's going to be Sporting 3-0. É como limpar o cu aos bebés.
We'll see. Vamos ver.
Whoa,
Anyway,
whoa.
so so that pretty much settles it. Today's podcast. I'm not gonna let us continue much longer. I'm getting stuck for time too, and I pretty much
gotta go to
we
school,
pretty much
is that
said
it?
everything. So
You got to go to
yeah, I
school.
gotta go to school. Bro.
Gotta get his
Yeah,
beauty sleep, guys.
Well,
of
what are you
course.
studying for anyway? What are you studying for?
I'm still studying, finishing 12th grade. So just
You think-
doing.
He's a high schooler, Steph. We are so
You're
old.
still in high school. Meu, que idade é que tu tens, meu?
I'm stuck in high school. Stuck in
How
high
old
school,
are
bro.
you?
I'm 20. 20, I
20?
just said that. Yeah. I know.
You are
I know.
stuck there. What are you doing?
No, Portugal is
Finish-
different from
no, okay.
from us. It's difficult in Portugal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say,
Any-
if you were here and in, you'd be.
No,
in
listen,
Yeah.
Cynthia, I'm defending a benfiquista, por amor de Deus.
Well, I don't know.
So I gotta
Apparently
be
you
doing
got some
something
good
right.
merda you're smoking também. O que é isso?
All right.
You know, Peter's got to take care of pigs and chickens and goats.
Yeah,
Eh.
of course. I mean, next time we should get Zach on the podcast just to talk blunts.
Oh my lord, Zach and Mr. Mello. Have you guys? He's on my timeline. Oh my lord, that guy's hilarious.
I love
All
him.
right, all right.
Mr.
So-
Mello, I love him. He's a great guy, and we should invite him to the podcast one of these days. I really like him. It's
Sure.
the only thing I
Steph, you're
like
gonna
him
turn
about-
into a benfiquista soon enough.
The only thing, no, never. Por amor de Deus, I'd rather commit suicide or something. Drown.
Hey, calm down, not down. Think this through.
No, I
he's
will.
right. He's right.
I've
He's
thought-
right,
I've
though.
thought it
He's
through.
right. Yeah,
Listen.
right.
But Melo is actually one of the good benfiquistas. I like him. He's funny, and he should be invited
I'll
to
try.
the
I'll
show.
try. I'll try and bring him on. All right, guys. So
Please,
But
I'll
if you
ask
bring
him.
him
You won't
on, you
say
gotta
no to
bring
me.
on another Portuguista, because I'll be out.
okay, fine. Anyway, so
your father's Portuguese.
Ew.
yeah. Huh? What
Yeah.
did you say?
You said
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
your father's Portuguese, and you said yes.
No, he's not. Jesus, why?
It should
God,
be,
no.
because that would be extremely good taste.
God, no.
No, remember he said his dad was Benfica. That's why he's Benfica.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why are you
But
Benfica up in
I
the north?
Cynthia, I just asked Peter, is your
I
father
know, but
Sporting?
you're
You say
silly.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm getting tired, so let's just get on with it. Anyway,
you have your
thank you.
pajamas on again or no?
I have them. Of course, I have them on.
Okay,
Anyway,
be careful.
thank you, Steph, for coming on. Thank you, Cynthia, for coming on today, and thank you for not messing up.
You're welcome.
This
I hope
time,
you
no
feel
more
better,
12
Cynthia.
seconds. Yeah, yeah, feel well.
I know. This time I actually did a proper video. You're welcome, everybody. I learned.
Let's just hope that you know how to stop the broadcast, because that'd be nice.
Oh, come on. Come
All
on.
right.
I did it last
All
week.
right,
Don't be
guys.
mean.
No,
All
you're
right,
doing
guys,
great,
we'll
Cynthia. I love you, Cynthia. You're a lot of fun.
Well, Sportingista. Never mind. Never mind.
Hey,
All
no,
right.
listen, I
See you
have good
guys.
taste. My wife is Benfiquista, so there
I
it is.
know. So see you guys next week, though.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Okay, peace. Viva Sporting.
No, no Vivo Sporting. No.
Viva
Nunca.
Sporting.
Nunca.
Viva
No.
Sporting.
No, just shut it.
Viva Sporting.
Just
Benfica.